Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni. Friends, in this video we are going to have a discussion of speaking and listening skills open elective question paper discussion. The examination held in the month of March April 2023, open elective English speaking listening skills question paper discussion under BU Bangalore University. Duration for the examination 2 hours 30 minutes, then the maximum mark 60. So this question paper has three sections. Part 1, the section 1 has the 2 marks questions, 10 questions for 2 marks. Part 2, 4 questions for 5 marks. And the part 3, 2 questions for 10 marks. 2 questions for 10 marks. So let's begin the part 1. 10 questions for 2 marks. All questions are compulsory. You need to answer these questions in the one of the two sentences. Question number 1. Introduce your father to your principal. Good morning, sir. Meet my father. Please meet my father, Mr. Suresh Gowda. 2 marks question. Question number 2. Differentiate syllable and stress. What's the difference between syllable and stress? In the previous question paper, you had the question, what's the meaning of syllable and stress? In the same answer, syllable is a sound segment higher than phoneme, but different from the word or morpheme. For example, there is a word grammar. This word grammar has two syllables, gra and mer. So here, this word is made up of two consonants, gr, and one vowel. This is gra, and the other part of this word is here mer. That also has one consonant mer, and the one vowel sound So the most important sound in the syllable is the vowel sound. What is stress? The degree of force with which a speaker pronounces a word or a syllable is called as stress. The rhythm of the language is based on stress. Stress is the intensity or prominence given by the syllable. Question number 3. Give 2 examples of formal speech. Examples like business meetings, job interviews, conference, seminar, symposium. These are the examples of formal speech. What is the difference between hearing and listening? Hearing is the receiving sound waves through your ears, while listening means hearing as well as understanding what you have heard. Second, hearing is the part of the five senses, while listening is a choice to hear and analyze what you hear. Question number 5. List out the importance of listening. Number 1. Effective listening can help you become a better student, obviously, a better listener. Effective listening can help you become more effective in your interpersonal relationships. Effective listening can lead others to perceive you as more intelligent. Effective listener can also help you become a strong public speaker because listening leads to the speaking. Question number 6. Mention any 3 barriers to listening. Number 1, general distractions, environmental factors, technology and multitasking, sense of superiority. Next, list out any 4 ways to overcome those listening barriers. Number 1, minimize distractions. Number 2, prioritize listening over speaking. Reduce outside noise. Practice reflecting instead of deflecting. Means to say, think what you have listened. List out 4 features. List out 4 features of presentation. Number 1, thorough preparation. Number 2, rehearse material. Number 3, story like structure. And number 4, and the most important, effective body language. And the ninth question is here: what is the importance of presentation skills? Presentation skills helps to develop and improve communication skills. Presentation skills helps to understand the dynamics of presentations, to improve the skills of research, to strengthen the performance skills like body language, verbal communication, non-verbal communication, to increase the confidence level, to promote critical and reflective thinking. Name the sub skills of listening: receiving, understanding, evaluating, remembering, and responding. These are the 4 sub skills of listening. So these are the 10 questions for 2 marks. So totally we have discussed here 20 marks questions. And now we are moving to the we are moving to the 5 marks questions. So out of 5 questions you need to opt 4 questions, so you have only one choice. So due to unavoidable circumstances you could not attend meeting on Saturday. Write an apologizing context on this. Means to say you have a situation here. On the last Saturday there was some emergency, some sort of unavoidable situation, and you could not attend the meeting. Now you need to write here apology dialogues, a dialogue where you can reflect some sort of sorry figure, some sort of apology here. So you can see one sample answer here. You can also write better than this. Mahesh says, "Good morning, sir." Boss, "Good morning, Mahesh." Mahesh, "Sir, I could not attend meeting held on last Saturday." Boss, "Yes, I saw the attendance list, and your name was missing." "Yes, sir. There was an emergency at home which was unavoidable." "I understand. In such case, you must inform your fellow colleagues." "I apologize for that. It was too urgent. I lost my senses." "No problem. Take care in future." "Sure, sir. Thank you so much. You're welcome." So you can write in your own way, where you can mention a kind of apology for this mistake. Second question you have here, create a context where you can ask and giving permission on a choice, on a topic of a choice. And here I'm using the same thing here. Suresh asked for Ramesh bike because he wants to go for shopping, and Suresh gives the permission. He says that whenever you want you can take it, but only one thing you need to keep in mind, just write properly. So like this you can develop a kind of dialogue between asking, giving permission on any of the topics. Like you can also ask your friends that you require his laptop to do some presentation. So the person says that yes, you can take my laptop. So you need to develop the dialogues here. So this question is for 5 marks. Question number 3, what does listening how does listening play a vital role in developing speaking skills? The importance of listening in the speaking. Listening plays a very crucial role in the development of speaking skills. In fact, effective listening is often considered the foundation upon which strong speaking skills are built. So, here is why listening is so important for developing speaking skills. Number one, language acquisition. Listening exposes you to authentic spoken language, helping you understand the natural flow, rhythm, intonation, pronunciation. This exposure enhances your ability to use the language naturally and fluently when you speak. Second reason is here, vocabulary and phrasing. When you listen to native speakers, you encounter new words, phrases, idiomatic expressions. This exposure broadens your vocabulary and helps you understand how words are used in context, making your speech more dynamic and diverse. Sentence structure and grammar. Through listening, you unconsciously internalize the grammatical structures and patterns of the language. This helps you construct sentences accurately and follow grammatical rules while speaking. Intonation and pronunciation. Listening to various speakers helps you grasp the nuances of the techniques of intonation and pronunciation. You can mimic these patterns when you speak, means to say you can copy them, improving your spoken language clarity and authenticity. And the last one, conversational flow. Effective listening enables you to engage in meaningful conversations by paying attention to how others structure their conversations, how they frame sentences. You learn how to initiate discussions, respond appropriately, and transition between topics smoothly. Cultural context. Listening helps you understand the cultural context of the language, including idioms, humor, social cues. This cultural awareness is very crucial for effective communication as it prevents misunderstanding and fosters a deeper connection with others. Last one is here, feedback and correction. Listening to your own speech recordings and comparing them to the native speaker's speech helps you identify areas for improvement. You can work on specific aspects of your speaking, such as pronunciation, intonation, and pacing. So this is how the effective listening can develop effective speaking also. Fourth question, describe the barriers to listening. Again, the same question from the previous question paper. So, general distractions, I won't read here. General distractions, so one of the various general distractions. Then you have some environmental factors here, like some light, some room lighting, room temperature, etc. Then you have cognitive limits. Sometimes you don't sleep properly, you remain hungry, so lack of preparation for the work. So this is all cognitive limits. Then technology and multitasking, sometimes you're working same time you're listening, you're working very intensively on the system, so you cannot divide the attention into the two aspects, working and listening. So you should not be multitasking. You stop your work and listen attentively. So these are the barriers to listening. Now, the fifth question out of these fifth question for 5 marks. Describe the measures to be taken during presentation. I have not explained it because they are quite easy key points. Describe the measures to be taken during presentations. What are the do's? Number one, analyze your audience. Before you are making your presentation slides or a rough draft, you should go through that, to whom you are going to give your presentation. Who are they? Are they employees? Are they students? Are they learners? Are they fast learner? Are they slow learner? So analyze your audience. Secondly, select a topic. So you should have one topic, you should have a theme. Define the objectives of a presentation. So, which are the key objectives? Frame some key objectives, and your presentation should revolve around these objectives. Next, prepare the content of your presentation. Have a thorough content of your presentation. Don't beat around the bushes. Means to say, don't simply run here and there, and have some specific content. Prepare the body of the presentation. Means to say, some slides you prepare, the key points you prepare. Then use some images over there, some graphics, animation, make it more impressive, make it more effective. Prepare the introduction and conclusion, right? Bring some introduction, content, elaboration, storytelling techniques, also use it. Use a case study in your presentation. Okay, then you conclude your presentation. And the last but not the least, we can say the very important point is here, body language. Use your body language very appropriately during the presentation. Stand properly, use the eye contact, your facial expression, use the gestures properly. Your movement should not be too much. Your posture, how do you stand, your intonation, right? Your verbal communication, your non-verbal communication, right? Okay, so these are the without any grammatical errors. So these are the important key elements or the measures to be taken to bring up some effective presentation. So friends, out of these five questions, you need to opt 4 questions. So 4 into 5, 20 marks. So as of now, we have discussed here 40 marks questions. Now 20 marks are pending, remaining part 3. Out of 3 questions, you are going to opt here 2 questions. So again, this question is also a repetition of the previous question paper. That means to say, this is quite more um, important question, I would say. So keep this question ready. What is syllable, stress, and intonation? Give examples for each. So repeatedly, syllable is a unit of spoken language that forms an entire word or parts of the words. Syllables are usually made up of a single vowel sound and any surrounding consonant sounds. For example, the word butter. Butter has 2 syllables, but the. A syllable is a single unbroken vowel sound within a spoken word. They typically contain a vowel or sometimes two if one is silent, or perhaps one or more accompanying consonants. All words are made from at least one vowel. Take an example of the pronoun I. I has one vowel, you has one vowel, we has one vowel, Syllables are sometimes referred to as the beats of a word that form its rhythm, and breaking a word into syllables can help English learners with phonetic spelling. It's called phonetic transcription. Another way to describe a syllable is a mouthful of word. So now take an example here. Uh, the word tie has one syllable. The word rescue has two syllables. The word alphabet, it has three syllables. Alphabet. The word activity has four syllables. Activity. Electricity has five syllables. Electricity, five syllables. You need to give examples in the examination, otherwise you won't get the best marks. Don't simply write the definition, give the examples also. Give some different examples. Stress is the now understand, stress is not about the mental stress, physical stress. We are talking about the language. Stress is the emphasis given to a specific syllable or a word in speech, usually through a combination of relatively greater loudness. We pronounce the word loudly with a higher pitch, with a longer duration. That is called stress. So syllable is a part of a word that is pronounced with an uninterrupted sound. It's also important to remember that we stress the vowel sound of the word, not the consonant sound. Remember? So there are two types of stress here. The stress placed on syllable is called lexical or word stress. The stress which is placed on the words, that is called words in a sentence, that is called stress or sorry, sentence stress or prosodic stress. So now let's understand word stress. Take the word garden. It has two syllable, garden. So the stress is on the first syllable, gar. Similarly, we have few examples here. Water. So the water. So the first syllable is stressed here. Station. Station. Second station. So the first syllable is stressed here. People. First syllable is stressed here. So give examples like this. Sentence stress. Sentence stress is the way of highlighting the important words in a sentence. Just like in a word stress, you can choose where you can place a stress in a sentence. Selecting with words to stress depends on the meaning and context. Remember, simply you can't give a stress. However, if the stress is not used correctly, the sentence might be giving some different meaning. It may be misinterpreted. For example, close the door, close the door. So the is not pronounced. So generally, what do we where do we give more stress? We give more stress to the verbs, action word, adjectives, adverbs, and nouns. So close the door. What did he say to you in the garden? What did he say? What he say garden? So these are the words stressed in this question. Have you seen the new film of Tom Cruise? Seen, new, film, Tom Cruise. So these are the words are stressed in this question. So this is called here sentence stress. Now, what is intonation? Intonation is very simple. You give a music to your sentence. That's called intonation. That's why we like the music. We like the songs. Why do we like the songs? Songs are basically the script. If the script is given music, that becomes song. So every language has its own intonation. Intonation is the variation of a pitch in the spoken language. Intonation indicates our emotions and attitudes, determine the difference between statements and questions, and sometimes highlight the importance of the verbal message which we are giving out. In English, there are three intonation patterns: falling intonation, rising intonation, partial fall rise intonation. Falling intonation. Falling intonation describes how the voice falls on the final stressed syllable of a phrase or group of words. It's used in expressing a complete, definite thought, asking WH questions. Where is the nearest police station? She's got a new dog. She's got a new dog. So the falling intonation. Rising intonation. WH questions, falling intonation, non WH, rising intonation. describes how the voice rises at the end of the sentence. So generally, this is common in yes or no questions. As I told you, WS questions with the falling, yes or no question with the rising. Your dog can speak. Are you hungry? So this is the rising intonation. Partial intonation, arda arda, half, ada ada, describe how voice rise and then falls. People use this intonation when they're not sure or they have more something to say in the sentence. We also use this intonation pattern to ask questions as it sounds more polite. We ask somebody, would you like to have some coffee? Would you like to have some coffee? I want to go France. I want to go to France, but I want to go to France, but the moment you say but, intonation falls. I want to go to France, higher. Then but, lower. So that's called partial rise fall intonation. So this is how we can solve this question for 10 marks here. Stress, intonation, and syllable stress and intonation with examples. Please give examples, otherwise you won't get the best marks. Second question, describe briefly the process or stages of listening. Again, it's a repeated question. That means to say it's very important question. So the listening process involves here five stages: receiving, understanding, evaluating, remembering, and responding. Number one, receiving stage. The first stage of the listening process is the receiving stage, which involves hearing and attending. Understanding stage means to say a kind of comprehension stage where both the speaker and the audience share an experience of meaning and constitutes the first step in the listening process. This is a stage during which the audience determines the context and meanings of the words they hear. Third one, evaluation stage. This stage of the listening process is the one during which the listener evaluates the information they received, both qualitatively and quantitatively. Evaluating allows the listener to form an opinion of what they heard. If necessary, to begin, they start developing a response. During this evaluation process, the listener determines whether or not the information they heard understood from the speaker is well constructed or disorganized. Is it biased? Is it unbiased? Is it true, false, significant, or not important? Fourth one is the remembering stage, recalling, memory. In the listening process, the remembering stage occurs as the audience categorizes and retains the information they have gathered from the speaker for future access. So the result memory allows the person to record information about people, objects, and events for later recall. This process happens both during and after the speaker's speech or the speaker's delivery. Last stage or the last process we have here, the responding stage. The responding stage is a stage of the listening process wherein the listener provides verbal or non-verbal reactions based on the short-term or the long-term memory. Following the remembering stage, a listener can respond to what they hear after verbally, either verbally or non-verbally. Non-verbal signals can include gestures, postures, eye contact, um, nodding the head, smiling. So these are the different elements of body language. So these kinds of responses can be displayed purposefully or or automatically or involuntarily. Responding verbally may involve, sometimes you may ask questions, you can request some extra information, redirect or changing the focus of a conversation, cutting off a speaker or repeating the what the speaker has just now told in order to verify that the speaker, that the received message matches with the given message. So these are the process or the stages of listening stages or the listening process. This is for the 10 marks question. Now, the last question for 10 marks, introduce yourself first and make a presentation on urban life versus rural life. So, obviously, first you need to go introduction. Hello everyone. I'm Ritvik. Today, I'm going to talk on the topic urban life versus rural life. I'm going to give a presentation on this topic. So, give an introduction, then uh, then you prepare your PPT presentation in this manner. And I just now prepared the plain presentation. I'm not going to read here. Plain presentation, you can make it more elegant by drawing by using different colors or maybe different pencil or like this. You can make it more elegant, more impressive, I would say. And this is how you can present it. You can also draw the images. If you're very good in drawing, you can draw the images. And this is how you can make your PowerPoint presentation, your presentation skills. And one more thing is here, you need not elaborate here, or you write in the key points. And the question is for 10 marks, keep in the mind. So you should have 10 slides presentation, minimum 10 slides presentation. I given only 7. You should give minimum 10 slides presentation because this question is for 10 marks. So friends, this is how I have solved the March April 2023 question paper of speaking listening open elective under Bangalore University. And you can also see in your description box the 2022 examination question paper also. For further for further reference, you can go through it. So thank you so much. Wish you good luck for the examination. If you like this video, click on like button, write in the comment box, go through the description box. If you're not yet subscribed my channel, please do subscribe. So stay in tune with Mukesh English. Dear friends, thank you so much for watching this video. You can reach me at mukeshenglish@gmail.com. Please do subscribe the channel, click on the like button for more videos on literature, workbook, pronunciation, grammar, communication skills, presentation skills, interview skills. Stay in tune with Mukesh English. Thank you once again.